Hey there everyone, are you looking to improve the audio recording of your video? You wanting to take some unwanted noise out? Well, good news for you, because today in the Digital Paul workshop we'll be looking at just how to do that. It is I, the popping P that ruins your audio recording, Techno Meow Tinkerer. Let's log on in. So what had led me to want to actually create this video is in one of my audio recordings for the month of April, I did have a bit of a popping noise in the introduction of one of my videos. And I think it kind of went through some of my other, that particular video recording. And so I looked for ways to see if there's a way to clean that up without having to re-record everything. And I did find a couple things that became quite helpful that I might actually start using in my audio, because one thing I have noticed is when I wear my headphones and listen to my audio recording after I've amplified it in Olive, I hear more static than if I was just listening through my normal stereo speakers. And something I've forgotten about is how different speakers project different ranges. So we're going to go through and look at some of the stuff I have come across and learned for cleaning up audio in Audacity. So right here I got this track put in, and as you can we go ahead and hit play. So you hear all that noise right there at the beginning. It sounds like it's my headphone microphone being moved around, and I didn't want that to come through. And like I said, I wanted to see if I could clean this up without having to re-record the audio. So a couple things we're going to do. Now I'm going to point out over here, some people will use this. They'll click here and they'll come down and go to spectrogram, and they'll use this to find certain areas. And this I have found helpful on occasion when there's particular audio I need to clean up, like a pop noise within an area. If I can't see it through the regular waveform. But I come back over here to the waveform. Most stuff I'm going to be doing here is in the waveform. So the first thing I want to do, I want to find me some dead space, which is normally kind of easy. As you can see, it's usually the most flattest area there is. I want to come up to effect. I'm going to come on down to noise reduction. And now, the first step is to get noise profile, but before that you got these settings down here. I have not played with the sensitivity or the frequency that much. The noise reduction dB, which I'm guessing means decibel. This is how sensitive. Lower is more sensitive, higher is less sensitive. So that means the higher number, the more noise you'll have in the background. Somewhere between 6 and 12 is probably a good area to start out in. For me, I find 6 be pretty good. I have been warned that if you go too low, you could be removing some audio. So you may want to just be careful, listen to some of the stuff. But we're just going to get noise profile. Now you can hit, I think it's Control A. Yeah, Control A, or I usually just double click for me to select the whole track, because it's the whole track I'm wanting to clean up. If not, you just hit that click and drag, and it's just select the area you want. But I'm going to come back to effect. Now you can come back down to noise reduction. You can come up here and hit repeat noise reduction or Control R. This is to repeat the last effect you've done. So if you've done something after you did get the noise profile and you've done another effect, you're going to have to go back down here to actually enable the noise profile. But I'm just going to click here because I haven't done nothing else. So you can see it kind of reduced the size a little bit, made it smaller. But before we get to that, let me just actually zoom in here, so you can actually hear the difference. Zoom in. I don't need to be that part. I need back here. So let's see. Let's take a little zoom out. Let's get this section here, and then we'll hit Control R. So you can kind of hear the difference in the static. Now, depending upon your speakers, is how well you'll be able to tell. So let's do that again. So you can see how that statically noise kind of dropped down if your speakers are capable of this fine hearing here. I'm not hit undo because I want to do the entire thing. Control R. So now the whole thing's that way. Now let me zoom out. here. Now I still got these popping noises. Now for me, I found the easiest way to deal with this. Now you can come up here to select and at 0, and this will move these edges to wherever the 0 is at, and that means wherever there isn't a little line like these going up and down. So this time I'm going to come to Effect, and I'm going to come out here to Filter Curve EQ. Don't ask me why it's cutting it off when it's got an word this long. Don't make no sense. I'm going to hit flat line. And so this is going to be your basic audio. Now for me, I found on these sections, I come to Manage, Factory Preset, and I'm going to come down to Bass Cut. And that's going to take some of it. So yeah, that was a little bit of the audio done there. Now I'm going to go in. Actually, for me, I kind of, you want to sit down and play around where these go at. I kind of, first time I did, I was somewhere around there. Okay, that sounds like a very light cup of some kind. Now you can just keep moving it on down. Let's see, that's still a little light. I think 1000 is where is a good area for this. Yeah, that pretty much kind of gets rid of most of it almost. Let's see. Yeah, if I wasn't paying attention, I probably really wouldn't notice that too much. So hit OK, and kind of see it takes it down. Let me show you why you don't want to do it for your whole thing. I'll hit Control R here, and let's play this. So you really can't hear nothing. You got that hand there? So it brings a lot of that stuff down. So you just look for these, a lot of times for these little spikes. And so I'm going to just go ahead and take this whole area, Control R. And it kind of cleans up, it cleans up a little better than noise reduction. Now the issue with this is we come over here, there is some that you'll find in the audio, like that one right there. Looks very like a spot. So let's see if we can get there. Effects to your videos. So yeah, about in that area, there's about a couple. So we're going to go here, I'm going to highlight this area because that looks like one right there that's sticking up all lonely by itself or sticking down. Effects to your. So this one I can probably easily do. Control R. Let's see. I keep forgetting I click the edges. Special effects to you. So that, yeah, you can take it. You can take it out here. But now if I get into this one might be a little bit more problematic, and I may have to go. Now I have to go back into the Filter Curve EQ and readjust some of the stuff, because if I sit here and I hit, let's make sure we got that thing kinda a good bit. Control R, because you see almost like it takes out the audio completely. To your video. Yeah, so now it's got a different popping noise of just the audio cutting out. So you don't want to do that. For that, you probably have to go in and play with the Filter EQ, where you can bring that down just enough where it ain't as noticeable, but it's still there, where it don't affect your audio too much. Because we got another section over here. That's a little popping, so we just hit Control R. So we got a little still. I don't think I can only hit Control R so many times before. And that's basically how you can kind of go in and get rid of some of the popping noises, so depending upon where it's at in the audio. Like there looks like one. And for me, like I said, a lot of this stuff you can kind of spot, because it's always going to usually be the lone one, like right there, that's sticking up by itself. Just simple. Yeah. All right, so maybe. And then let's see if this is the one. Text to a. Okay, that one don't seem like it's one. Text to a. So you want to make sure when you go through, you get into one. Just simply want some. That's the main thing. Maybe you just want to make sure you are getting the actual one that's popped. So it's not going to be every one that's sticking out like a lone wolf, but it's going to be, that's usually one of the key indicators where everything looks kind of a uniform and it sticks out by itself. Okay, let's see. There's one other thing I want to cover. I have not really found it to be useful, Let me go and clean out this. Let's just go ahead, file, close. I don't want to save because it's just, I've already done the cleanup for that. So this one, I'm going to come here, the audio click. And there's always, you got this clicking noise from your mouse. Now, for me, the EQ right there, the filter curve EQ still is going to probably be the better one. But I'm going to get the noise reduction going on, get the profile, select everything, Control R, clean it all up pretty much. Oh, you hit it twice, it does real good. And so that is supposed to be, come up here to the effects, and you got this click removal. Now, I personally, as you can see, I kind of have adjusted it. Yours will come up with be probably somewhere closer when you first get in here. I haven't really played down with the, well, that's the default, so that's what it's going to be when you first come in. So not really much. You can move here to be more sensitive. And then move down. Whoops, nothing's, we went too low. And that kind of is doing something, but really for me, I have not found much of a use. I don't see really anything else in here to do so. Like I said, and if I was to do the whole thing, you see how it affects my whole audio. So when I hit play, it is nothing more than just a way to support creation. So it sounds like you still hear the clicking, but it sounds like I'm a busted speaker versus what it was. It is nothing more than just a, so it's supposed to help get rid of clicks. I have not found a use for it, but I figured you could find a use for it, just in case your Audacity works slightly different from mine because of the version where I'm using. I don't even know where is the thing that would tell me what version I am. Let's see, this tells me what one. Okay, I'm using Audacity 2.4.2. And those are just some of the techniques I have found out about that help clean up your audio for your recordings. I know I'm going to be looking at probably using the noise reduction a little bit more to get some of the static out of my audio, considering that I can hear it in my headphones but not my stereo speakers. And if you like my content, you can support me in different ways through these websites here, as well as like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone you think might find it interesting. And if you're looking at wanting to do some audio effects of creating voice sounds, I recommend you check out my video, Voice Transformation, Audacity Character Creation. Until next time, have a nice day.